What is Black Clover's status? And when is the anime coming back? If you're a fan like me, you're wondering that too. With the release of the movie, the anime's return is looking a lot more promising. I mean, it's been 2 years since it ended. I was a freshman, and now I'm a senior. In the absence of the anime, what did us Black Clover fans do? I mean, me personally, I read the manga. It was honestly the best choice of action, especially since it was peak COVID at the time, so there wasn't really that much anime. So reading the Black Clover manga led me to other sources of media. I never really cared too much about manga. I was more of an anime person. By reading Black Clover, it helped me realize that there was other manga out there, like One Piece, Chainsaw Man, My Hero, and Attack on Titan, which all I've read. It's funny though, because all my life I've loved art. I've been drawing since I was a little kid. So it makes more sense for me to like manga more than anime, considering the fact that manga is more artistically inclined than anime. But for some reason, I was attracted to the beautiful colors and choreography that anime bring. Now let's get back to the topic at hand. The Black Clover movie was exclusively released through Netflix with an exception to it being released to theaters in Japan. Let me tell you, this movie is a breath of fresh air for Black Clover fans. This is what we've been waiting for. The animation is just amazing and the colors are so vibrant. It's unusual for good animation and Black Clover to be in the same sentence. I mean, come on, we know the history of Black Clover and its animation. It's never been the best. Even with the inconsistencies of the animation, it didn't take away from the concept and the story of it when I first watched Black Clover. I'm being 100% honest, I never really noticed the animation, nor did I care if it did have bad animation. I was just so immersed in the story and the relationships the characters had with each other. I didn't notice the animation until I revisited the anime later. This just goes to show the potential Black Clover has with good animation. All these great things do not come without proof though. Black Clover was number 2 on the Netflix list. I think this is a perfect message for Studio Period. This will show that Black Clover is definitely worth the time, the money, and effort. So I can confidently say that Black Clover anime will make a reappearance. This part will consist spoilers from the movie. If you have not watched it, I recommend you leave, watch it, and come back. So let me get one thing sorted out before the review. This movie is in a weird state of canon and non-canon. It was stated that Tabata wanted to adapt it to the manga, but did not have time to write it out, and it also takes place in between the time skip. The movie opens up with a beautifully animated fight between the current Wizard King and Wizard Captains in the past versus the newly introduced main villain Conrad, who is the former Wizard King before Julius. Conrad is equipped with key magic. It grants him the ability to create keys that can open or close rifts out of thin air. These rifts create magic space that can absorb anything, including magic, which allows him to use that magic. This makes him pretty broken. He's also able to use all magic, and not to mention he could steal grimoires and their spells. With all this information, it makes sense why he couldn't have been beaten. He had to be sealed away. Overall, the movie has a pretty easy to grasp plot. Conrad alongside 3 former Wizard Kings, her being Princia Funny Bunny, who is my favorite. She possesses Legion magic, which allows her to create armies and military utility. Then there's Jester Garandros, who wields barrier magic. This allows him to not only make barriers, but construct all types of weapon and assortments. Some that even shoot lasers. Next we have Edward, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name, but he wields Ice Wedge magic, which allows him to create anything that he wishes. He can also shoot ice beams. Together these 4 all believe that the Clover Kingdom is corrupt and is ran by nobles, showing not a single care for the lower class. This is the deciding factor that makes them want to tear down the kingdom and create a new, fair kingdom. I like how this ties into Asa's philosophy and mindset, him being lower caste citizen who also believes that the kingdom is corrupt, but he's different. He wants to change people's thoughts by his merits and achievements. His goal is to become the Wizard King and make the kingdom not corrupt. This is also very similar to Kawaki from Boruto, and I know, Boruto's mid, but you actually have to read the manga for Boruto to see really how good it is. It's really just the anime that makes it seem terrible, but it really isn't. I make this comparison because they are in the same situation, both having inherently good motives, but the way they go about it is wrong. For instance, Conrad wants a better, more fair kingdom, which is fine, great even, but he wants to tear down the kingdom, not caring about the citizens who live there. Not only that, he sees the citizens as sacrifices to the cause. And Kawaki not being better either, he wants to protect Naruto, the man that gave him everything. In his eyes, the only way to protect Naruto is to kill all Otsutsuki, including Boruto, and anyone who thinks to alter his plan, he is not afraid to eliminate them. I just saw this as a cool similarity between the two shonens and I wanted to point it out. All in all, this movie is non-stop action with beautifully choreographed fights. It's honestly the ideal shonen movie. Easy to grasp plot, pure action, amazing animation, and the transformations. Ooh, the transformations. I felt so hyped to see Mary Leona's transformation from the manga be adapted to the anime. I mean, she literally turns her whole body into mana. But in that aspect, everything checks out. Did I forget Asta cuts a meteor in half? With a majestic final blow dealt to Conrad? Just look at this.
I'll be the Wizard King!
But yeah, this movie is a good watch if you haven't watched it. I suggest you do so. I would definitely give this movie a 9 out of 10, and I can't wait to see more from the Black Clover animation. And that will concur my review of the Black Clover movie. If any of you would like for me to make any more videos on any other series, just comment down below. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'm out.